Good morning and welcome. Happy Friday. Patriot Radio News Hour. I'm Joe Jaquin. Man, woo, what a week. Everybody, I'm sure, is out there is so thankful that the weekend is here. We actually may be below 110 degrees this weekend. I don't remember the last time that's happened. The problem is it's only going to be a couple more days, and then all next week it's a record heat once again here in the Valley of the Sun, the hottest summer and not the hottest temperature-wise. I remember that one year it got to like 120 degrees. It was ridiculous. But the most days above 110 degrees by a lot, right? You know, it's not like, oh, well, we had like one more day or 3 more days. It's going to be like 3 weeks more days, like 20-something days above what the old record was, almost doubling the old record. So it's been a hot summer, but at least it's Friday. Let's get something cool to drink and throw a few ice cubes in the coffee. And, yeah, a couple of fingers of Jack never hurts either. 800-951-0592. That's our toll-free number here. allamericangold.com is the website. Make sure you check that out. Obviously, 1360 KHNC, that's our radio station in Colorado. Matter of fact, we've been doing a lot of work on the website again. If you head up there at the very, very top, we were debating how we were going to do this, but at the very top of the 1360KHNC.com website, we just have a little blurb, and it just says, listen, an evening with Eric Cedarstrom. This was when we had first officially bought the radio station. We actually officially became the owners of this station in December. And Eric and I went up there after the holidays. So, the transaction occurred right before the Christmas holidays, and then Eric and I went up there in January. And Eric spent the weekend there. He flew up on a Monday. He was there for about 10, 12 days, where I flew home on Friday. And Saturday, they were in there, Jason and Brian and Eric, and they were doing work and having a good time. And next thing you know, Eric does an impromptu 5-hour marathon, and he's talking and playing songs, and it just all the great things about Eric. So if you want to listen to Eric, it's up there now. It's almost 4 hours long, because when we realized what was happening, somebody a lot smarter than me hit the record button, and we got almost the last 4 hours of it. So it's up there. We're going to leave it up there for a while, so go ahead and make sure you check it out. It was really, really great stuff. All the things you love about Eric, the storytelling and all of that. Jokes, laughter, all of it, and then all the music he loved too. So it was just a great thing. So it's up there for you. The weekend schedule has been fully updated. Now we got so many great programs on the weekend. A lot of radio stations, they're either running repeats or they sell it to the infomercial guys, and you don't get a lot of great radio on the weekend. We got great radio. 8 in the morning. Saturday morning, we got Mark Call, Hebrew Nation. A lot of you Colorado folks, you remember Mark. Mark had been on the radio at KHNC for years and years and years. We got him on the weekend. Glenn Tate and Shelby Gallagher do a show. This is different than the show on Friday, Prepping 2.0, this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Tehebo Teas at 10. If you haven't heard Tehebo Tea, check it out. It's a tea my wife and I drink it. I know Jason drinks it now. All of us, they've got us addicted to it. Check that out. But then we really get into a lot of great new voices out there. The Pursuit of God from 11 to 12 is a great show. And the one I really like, the High Noon Happy Hour, Bennett and Hutch. These guys are great from noon to 1 on Saturday. And then we've got some two new shows starting this Saturday. Pac-Man and the Rev. I'm going to tell you right now, these guys, I think they're a father and son team, but, we've got Prepping 2.0. These guys are like Prepping 3.0. I'm talking, if it ever really did go down, and you know what I'm talking about, if it ever really did, anarchy and chaos, these are the guys that, that you want to know and you want to listen to. A lot of tactical stuff there. Pac-Man in the Rev, and then Terry's view on the news from 2 to 3. And again, both of these shows are going to be super entertaining. And then we go with David Knight, the War Room, and all the other stuff after that. And then on Sunday, it's jam-packed on Sunday as well. Green Herb is back. I know a lot of you missed Green Herb. This is going to be Linda from the Green Herb, starting at 7 in the morning from 7 to 7:30. Then we got Bible time from 7:30 to 8. Proactive health strategies. This Dr. Hoffman, this guy has been on the air with us now for a little over a month. Really good stuff, and a great chiropractor as well. And then our guy, Rick Rodriguez, he does a 2-hour, he's a minister. This is a ministry show from 9 to 11, Olive Tree and Lamp Stamp. And then Mystery Babylon. Just really great stuff there. If you want to get educated about some things, Mystery Babylon's the show for you. And then Liberty Revolt. This is a can't-miss show. From noon to 1, Liberty Revolt. They do some great stuff, and we're just super excited about all the new shows that we have on the weekend. So make sure you tune in. And, of course, today, Fake News Friday. Your chance to win some hard assets. We'll talk about that and some other stuff. Patriot Radio News Hour. Don't touch that dial. Just a cool, relaxing Friday, sipping on a cocktail. Patriot Radio News Hour. Yeah, so things that are at the radio station, we've got room for a couple more hours on Saturday and a couple more hours on Sunday, and then we're full. During the week, we're full. So if you want to be a part, listen, we got so many great things happening at 1360. I'm just, obviously with Eric's passing, that's been hard, but this has been a mission of destiny. It just feels that way, and I'm just so excited about the talent level that we're getting here on the weekends now. So, and I'm going to tell you right now, some of these guys, you may be hearing them during the week because I think they're that good. So make sure you're tuning in, be a part of it. Our rates are fantastic, and I don't need to sell it any more than that. You can just tell by how we filled up the schedule already, and we're growing. We're transmitting at full power without issues. The transmitter's nice and cool. It's just fantastic. We're trying to get this AM or FM signal worked out. We're close. We did. It's not us. It's not them. It's just some equipment needs to be repaired that they're working on, and once it's up and running, hopefully we'll be adding an FM station to this and always looking to grow. So become a part. Call the station, 970-587-5003. And today's Friday, Fake News Friday. For those of you that don't know, especially if you're not in Colorado, we have the Front Range Hour every day. It's 3 to 4 Colorado time, 2 to 3. Shame on me for not knowing that. 2 to 3 Arizona time is the Front Range Hour, and they're on Monday through Friday. Yeah, it's 3 to 4 in Colorado. But every Friday we give away medals. We have a show called Fake. They have a bit there, Jason and Brian and Glenn, the professor. They do a Fake News Friday. These stories are outrageous. And you got to say whether it's real or fake, and you go against one of our guys. Most of the time, Brian's the guy you're competing against, and he's pretty good. But if you win, you get rolls of silver dimes. Even if you lose, you get stuff. And we give away hats and all these other things out there. That's every Friday. We've had people from Arizona playing, Wyoming, Colorado. Doesn't matter where you live. You can be listening online, on the radio. Doesn't matter. Fake News Friday. We've given away. I was talking to Jason earlier today. We've given away thousands of dollars of medals now. And I'm like, man, maybe I need to back it off. And Jason's like, no way, man. Everybody loves it. It's dangerous to be driving during that time. I'll just say that. these guys are totally off the rails. They've absolutely lost their minds. Everything on that segment is fake. Even the contestants, then they give you guys fake names. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a whole lot of fun. That's 3 o'clock Mountain Time, 2 o'clock Arizona time, 2 o'clock Pacific. If you're somewhere else, figure it out. Make sure you're tuning in and try to get on. Try to get on and play Fake News Friday with those guys. Always a riot every Friday. And like I said, hey, free medals, why not, right? And they do all this other stuff as well. All kinds of crazy. Did you see the mayor of Chicago? So Chicago now, right, it's not Portland yet, but all this protesting's going on. And all of a sudden, the mayor of Chicago has made where she lives a no-protest zone. That's right. Hey, listen. You can protest everywhere else, and you can close down businesses, and you can burn and riot and loot, but you can't do it where I live. And she comes out, so people are just ripping her, right? And she came out and says, and I'm quoting, "I have a right to make sure that my home is secure." See, she has a right. Now, everybody else, you don't have a right. We don't have rights. Right? And you think about all these protests and the defunding of the police. I mean, it's pure comedy. They don't actually believe this. The mayor of Chicago, she loved it right up until they went to her neighborhood. And this is the thing. This is what these Democrats don't get. They don't like you either. Right? They think, oh, yeah, it's great because they think they're all out there and they hate Donald Trump. No, that's not it. They're out there because they just hate all of them. And listen, let's face it. I can't argue. I'd be upset too. These people that we keep, let's face it though. We keep electing them. I see Joe Biden last night, and again, listen, I'm going to give them credit. I'm gonna. Now they've got a horrible candidate, and it's sad. It's actually sad that this was who they ended up with. And again, this is the problem. This is the best we can do. But they've been very smart. And the Democrats normally aren't that smart. They've limited him, right? He's not doing a lot of speaking engagements. They're limiting his time. This was probably the shortest acceptance speech. This was him accepting the nomination that we have seen in what I'll say the TV era. Very smart, right? Limit this guy, and he may not go totally off the rails, and he did okay. It's going to be interesting. These debates now. I guess I don't know. I mean, when you think about it, here we are. I mean, August is almost over. I mean, that's September, October, and then the election. And we haven't seen any debates. We haven't seen, the crowds or all of those things. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But I will say this about the Democrats. They need to wake up. The mayor of Chicago, right, she's a black lady. Not that it matters, but she's a black lady. And they hate her too. Right? And then what does she do? Oh, well, the second you come, now we got a problem. Right? How about the mayor out in Portland? Remember that clown? He was protesting with the rioters right up until he found out they hated him too. It's just, it's amazing all the things that we're watching here in the world today. And I'm not surprised by it all. Why would we be surprised that the mayor of Chicago was all for all of the protesting and defunding the police and right up until they showed up at her block. Now all of a sudden, right, she wants the cops out there. It'd be great. I wish they didn't show up. Right? Yeah, we're not going. Oh, no thanks. We'll go ahead as soon as you're ready to enforce the law everywhere, then we'll come back and defend your property too. I would love that. Obviously, if you're a cop, you got to do what you're told, right? You need your job. I get it. But very just interesting, all the things that are happening. How about, did you see existing home sales today? It was incredible. Now, of course, we're going to get a big the big jump because this was a July number because June was so bad. But even year over year, home sales are up about 8-9% year over year. But the price, I know new homes are expensive. You know, and a median price of a new home is like $350,000 now. I mean, really, and that's hard to find new homes at $350,000. You got to go way, way out of town here to get something like that. But existing home prices, now this is normally existing homes, tends to be less, which makes sense. You know, you got those homes that are 100 years old, not maybe here in Phoenix, but, you know, there's some homes are that old probably here in Phoenix, but you know, most of the homes here in Phoenix, there's still homes that are 50, 60, 70 years old here. But, you know, you go like in Chicago and back east and other places, these homes are 100, you know, not 200, but 100 years old, 80 years old, 90 years old, a lot of them. And they're smaller, right? When the bedrooms used to be smaller and there'd be maybe one bathroom in the whole house, right? Those homes you can buy a little less. Not anymore. According to the latest, the median existing home price hit a new all-time record. I know there's no inflation. Don't worry. Because Jay Powell's telling you, man, he just told us earlier this week, hit a new high, $304,000. And I know I've said this before, and I know that, you know, you can get a home loan, and I don't know what the exact number is, you know, around 3%, 3.5%, something like that. And maybe it's closer to 4%. It's still cheap, right? You get a home loan for less than 4%. $304,000. And I've told this story, when Sarah and I, we got married, we had our first son, we had Joey. We bought our first house, and we bought it new, way out of town at the time, up at Anthem. For you guys in Phoenix, you know where that is. You know, we had a little postage stamp lot, and it was like 1,600 square feet, a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And we spent all the money we could. And it was $130,000. Now they want $300,000 for that house. And I'm thinking, who can afford that? What young family can afford that? And one of the things I was talking to a couple of mortgage friends of mine, you know what the most common thing they see now when they're dealing with people under the age of 50? Notice how I said 50? Is they get the money for the down payment from their parents. That is now normal. You know, used to be when you did that, they would be, wait, where are you getting this? Well, they would question it. That'd be a bad thing, right? Now it's a good thing. Oh, yeah, your parents are getting, okay, yeah, sure, come on, right? For people under the age of 50, the most common thing when buying a home for those people is they got money from their parents. It's amazing, and now you know why, right? $300,000. And that's just the median price. And so you know that's going to be hard to do. And you know at $300,000, it's probably going to need work. It's probably going to need some work, or you're going to be where? Way out in the sticks. And how do people afford it? And it truly is amazing. And I get it, right? People are leaving New York and Chicago, California. Look at California. Who would live there? I mean, think about what's happened there. We've got rolling blackouts, right? Fires, right? Fires burning everywhere. On top of the fact that nobody can leave, right? The state's closed down because of coronavirus. They've released all the prisoners. Crimes everywhere. I mean, taxes are outrageous. Now they're trying to come up with a super rich tax on top of it. And listen, I got bad news for everybody. And I know I don't want to give bad news, but I got bad news. All these cities and states, massive layoffs are coming. They don't have any money. I mean, think about Tesla now. I don't even know what to say. The market cap of Tesla. This is what the Wall Street rally, if you will. Tesla's now worth more, according to Wall Street, than Wallmart. Right? The greatest retailer on the planet. Think about the land that Walmart owns and all these shopping centers and the business that Walmart does. I mean, it's incredible what Walmart means to the GDP of America. Right? I mean, let's face it, the next huge hurricane, you know what FEMA calls Walmart? Walmart, can you help us? Get the trucks of water and this and that, right? Walmart comes with all their trucks. I mean, it's incredible. And now we got to believe Tesla's worth more than them? Tesla sells 0.3% of all the vehicles sold in the world. 0.3%. It's amazing. Right? But hey, what do you do? Right? You can't. And our Apple is now worth more than the entire country of Canada. Yep, their market cap is bigger than the Canadian GDP. Oh, I know, right? Hey, get a refresher, right? Freshen that drink up. We'll be right back.
Oh, sir.
800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Just so much stuff going on. Estee Lauder's closing stores. Lord & Taylor. Chuck E. Cheese, it may be all over. They've already filed for bankruptcy, over $2 billion of debt. They don't think they're going to be able to survive. So that'll be sad. I used to go to Chuck E. Cheese. That was kind of like a rite of passage back in the day, right? Have a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. It doesn't look good for them. It's crazy. You got an existing home, $304,000. I don't care how low the interest rate is. That's just not affordable. I mean, then you got to come up with the 20%. Right? I mean, you got an extra $60K laying around. Right? Just burning a hole in your pocket. I mean, when we bought our first house in Anthem, I think we had to come up with, I think it was like $5,000, maybe been $6,000. I mean, that's doable. 60? Put a zero on. I mean, no wonder why everyone's got to borrow from their parents. But just all that nonsense. Talked about Tesla and Apple now. Apple's the most owned stock in the world, which, let's face it, I get it, right? They're dominating the world right now, and now their market cap, they're now more powerful than countries. Not that Canada is a huge country, but still, I mean, it's not like, I don't know, Jamaica or something like that. I mean, it's not the Dominican Republic. It's Canada. I mean, it's still, pretty good. I mean, who's next? Right? Who are they going to pass next? Are they going to be bigger than Spain and Italy? And Tesla's the best one. Listen, that guy give him credit, right? I don't know if you've seen the billionaires. They've added like $250 billion now to their portfolio. I think Musk is now I think he may be in the top 5 richest guys now. Bezos is, I think he's number 1 now. Gates and Buffett are falling down the list here. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how all of this shakes out. It's all the numbers in July are good. Everybody no one's reported anything yet, but they've done what I'll say, kind of letting everybody know August is horrendous. That's what we've been hearing. Something else with no inflation. Used cars hit a new all-time high as well today because that data came out. I wanted to mention that. So I don't know where Jay Powell gets off telling us that there's no inflation when, let's see, home prices are at record highs, car prices, used car prices, new homes, existing homes. Right? There's nowhere to go. They lie about food inflation, and a lot of this because they do what they say is a substitute method. Well, if the beef price is high, they'll buy they'll buy pork instead. Right? Pork is less. And I don't know that. I don't think anything's less right now, but still, that's what they say. Right? If something's expensive at the grocery store, they'll buy something else that isn't. So therefore, food inflation is never that bad. But what do you do with a house or a car? Well, okay, you can't afford a new home, you buy an existing home. Well, those are at records. If you can't buy the new car, you buy the used car. Those are at records. I mean, used car prices, let me see if I can pull it. I think they broke over $20,000 for a used car. And I'm thinking, I don't know about everybody else, but we keep our cars at my house a long time. I mean, my wife got a new vehicle this year, but she'd had hers for 12 years. And it had almost 225,000 miles on it. You gotta get every ounce you can because they're just that expensive now. And looking at the used car price, I'm trying to get the prices up. It fell in April and then has been skyrocketing back and is now at new record high prices. I'm trying to get the exact price. Yeah, over $20,000 is now the median price of used cars in America today. And I know Eric used to be big in the car business. We got a lot of guys right here in our little center here. Where our office is in Phoenix that are used car guys. I mean, we got like 3 or 4 of them. And it's all the same. You can't find any decent vehicle. If you got $5,000 to spend, you're not getting anything decent. It's going to be high miles. It's going to be old. It's going to be beat up. It's incredible what things cost now. And you're sitting there and you're looking at even gold and silver. I mean, I would say this, gold's at, all-time high. Silver still got a ways to go. But when you think about how expensive things are getting, that's why, we've got the metals program. We haven't talked about that. And, by the way, the metals program is it's enormous now. The buying power we have in that. If you don't know about our metals program, for $100, you can do $100 a month. That's the minimum. There's no maximum. I will tell you the highest guys in our plans. We got people doing $3,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $1,000 a month. We got people doing $100, but that you got to do at least $100. How it works? You leave a credit card on file with us, and we take all the credit: Visa, MasterCard, Discover, Amex. Doesn't matter. Get your points and all that other great stuff. And you tell us the day of the month you want us to hit the card and the amount. It's any time between the 1st and the 28th of the month because we just can't figure out February, so we just cut it off at the 28th. You tell us the day of the month and the amount. We charge your card every month, and then we ship 4 times a year. You get 4 physical deliveries a year. And the best thing is you get the best price because we pool all of the money together. And we're pooling now hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're pooling in the metals program. And then we ship. And, of course, you guys know we ship that at the end of the quarter. It takes us a whole week because the post office, we can't ship the amount of boxes we need to ship. They make us break it up. They only allow us so many boxes a day. And so it takes us 5 days to ship the entire metals program. And the girls, we go to multiple post office. We do it all just to get it out there. But it's a great program. No fees. Setup fee, nothing. Cancellation fees, nothing. We got people. We get it, too. Especially, the people that, they don't have a ton of money. They're doing $100, $200, $300 a month. If something came up, I don't know, you needed new tires on the car or whatever it may be, call us. Put the plan on hold. It doesn't cost you anything. It happens. We get it. It's so easy to deal with. And like I said, the best part is you buy at the best prices. You get 4 deliveries a year. If you want to go to allamericangold.com, click on the metals program up along the top there, and you get all the details. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Very, very low volume, both in the gold and silver markets today, Wall Street as well. Gold's just sitting around in that 1940 range. Silver is down a little bit today, right? In the 27, 26 to $27. Wall Street, last I checked, was up again. I mean, it's just again the bubble that's forming. Obviously, like I said, Tesla now is worth more than Walmart. It's actually worth its market cap. It's worth more than all the automakers put together, and they sell 0.3% of all the cars. But hey, what do I know? I don't know anything. Movie theaters. Arlene just blew me away. I looked. I didn't believe her. Apparently, they opened yesterday. I did not know. I don't know. I must be living under a rock. Well, I guess they only opened 100 locations, so I don't know which one's open. But they ran a special. Someone. 15-cent tickets on opening day only. And you had to watch an old film. I didn't see that part either. You had to watch Ghostbusters or Back to the Future, or I don't. I mean, are they making movies? I don't even know. Would you go? Even at 15 cents, I'd probably take a hard pass on that. But yeah, some of them are open. Some of them are open. I don't know what they're playing, but some of them are open. And I'll say this, a lot of bankruptcies there too. And we're going to probably see just less theaters because right now anyway, I'm not sure that that's worth it. I don't even know how that would work. Do you got to wear your mask the whole time? I mean, I know a lot of people are like me. It's and I do it. I put the mask on, and you go to the grocery store or whatever. Man, I can't wait to get that thing off. I can't imagine having to wear it all day at work, like eight hours in a row. It's just one of those things for me, and everyone's different, but it's all claustrophobic for me. And for whatever reason, I'm an idiot with a mask on. I mean, I can't even walk. Like, I run into stuff, right? Do you do that? It's so weird. It's like somehow my vision is affected and my ability to walk is affected. It's I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me. But, yeah, so movie theaters apparently are trying to open. I know the number of cases here and there. We're doing good. We're getting 3,000 and 4,000 cases a day. We're now at like 600 a day. I don't know what the number is for everything to open. It's kind of weird here. Some gyms can open, some can't. Some bars can open, but others can't, and it just makes no sense. And none of this does. And it punishing small business owners, I don't see how that works. The show yesterday talked about how they bailed out Wall Street completely. I mean, look at the nonsense that it is, especially with the checks. Remember the checks? Still, as of today, as far as I know, Arizona is the only state right now that you're going to get $300 extra. There's 17 other states that are somewhere in the process, and everybody else, they haven't even applied. There's 28 million people that are unemployed by the government statistics because, they don't count everybody. But when you factor in, they tell you 15 million on the report that came out yesterday, but then they've got the gig workers that they go through a different program. So when you add those two together, it's at 28 million, actually above 20, almost 29 million people are unemployed that weren't in March. And you start doing math, on 29 million people, and you say $600 a week, and you do that over the course of a year, that'd be $90 billion. I mean, it's a big number. It's a lot of dollars that are gone from the economy. Then you factor in, don't forget the PPP plan. The small business guys that got that big lump sum, right? They spent all that money, right? So that's out of the system. But, by and large, that money's gone down. So, we've got a lot of things that say the consumer spending, I think, is going to be it's going to be an interesting time, and why these states are taking as long as they're going to take, I don't know. And like I said, Congress, the Senate's gone. They just left town. right? Somebody said today on the television, whether you can't believe everything you hear, but they said that they left town because Wall Street is fine, and so they left. Said even though the real economy is terrible, that's why they left. They're saying that Wall Street needs to crash for them to actually do anything. And you know what? That's probably true. This is how, and these are our elected officials. You would think if anybody would know what's happening in their states and their counties and their cities, it'd be the people that we put up there, the senators and the people in the House of Representatives. You'd think they would know. But according to the television, well, as long as Wall Street's rallying, they don't care. They don't care. And of course, let's face it, most people, you got to be really rich to get elected anymore, seemingly, right? Here you go. Apple, new all-time record high. Its market cap now exceeds $2 trillion. Got skyrocketing up another 4%. I don't even know how to do that, man. That's 200. If it's a market cap of $2 trillion, $200 billion would be 10%. $20 billion would be 1%. So just today alone, Apple's up $80 billion in a day? What did they do? Did they release something new? Did they sell more phones? If anything, right, the chances are phone sales are probably going to go down because people don't have the money. I don't know. It's a world gone mad. Wow. I'm just jealous. I wish I had thousands of shares of Apple right now. Holy smokes. $80 billion in a single day. Right? Think about it. They could pay for everybody $600 almost for the whole year just today. We're all caught up. We're going to close a little early today and get out of here for the weekend and get back hard at it on Monday. Go to allamericangold.com. You can always buy online. Gold's not doing anything, just hanging out. 1940 silver, $26.70. Did you see the protesters in Portland? Well, I guess part of them, they're going to high-end neighborhoods now. And they're not big crowds, but about 100 of them. They got these super loud horns. And they're just blasting them, and they're chanting, and again, this is wake up, mother effer, wake up. Right? They gotta have the language in there. For what point, I don't know. But here's what was funny is they've got I don't know those the loudspeaker things, like the police, the bullhorns. That's what the word I was looking for. And they're up there, and this lady's on the bullhorn trying to tell, I guess, the protesters that are protesting with her that she wants them to vote for Joe Biden, and she just goes, yes, I know Joe Biden effing sucks, but vote for him anyway, please, right? I mean, just comedy. It's kind of what I said earlier, right? I mean, he's not a great candidate. Even the people that are voting for him know he's not a great candidate. But I guess the good thing that they're in Portland and not Chicago, because if they try to go onto the Mayor Street in Chicago, something was going to be done about it. But that's what's happening in the world today. It's just absolute craziness when you really think about, 29 million people unemployed, yet Apple goes up $80 billion in a day. And our elected officials can't even they just want to get out of town. They won't even vote for to give these people money. And listen, they're unemployed because Congress made them unemployed. The government made them unemployed. That was the decision they made. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's the decision that they made. And now the sad reality is, here's what we're finding out. The places that did reopen, it's a crapshoot. Some places are busy. Other places are getting ready to close. And it's really sad because the longer this thing drags out, the more bankruptcies and everything else you're going to have. And, I don't know how many cities all these protesting have been going on now and defunding police. I mean, that's nonsense. I mean, if you actually talk to most people, I'm talking about going into the bad neighborhoods. I guarantee you, most people are like, we need more police, not less. We need more, not less. I mean, look at the crime numbers here. For years and years, I mean, decades, crime had been going down, especially violent crime. Now they're skyrocketing everywhere. It's crazy. I don't know, man. This is why I said, hey, get a cool drink, put some more Jack in it. Everybody have a great weekend. And I promise Monday, we'll get back at it on Monday. Take care. God bless everybody.